Hi, students. How are you doing? Welcome to NIASIM. Thank you so much for the support. Hope you all are doing great. To all the people that want our Black people's rhythm but do not want their blues, you all should go to where you belong and leave Black people out of this. So I see videos of them trying to rage Black people, trying to as they know, that is what they know how to do. Calling Kamala Harris, why is she not speaking up? Trying to get Black people into the conversation or trying to get Black people to be out on the street. You all be doing way too much. Now, I am going to say this. If you love your country that bad, that you really want something good to happen, you are so eager for change, I am going to call you out and I want you to start with your family. Call your family out and start protesting with your family, then your neighbors, and then your entire community. Yeah. You all been playing, you all think the games you've been playing all these years will work this year. I love the fact that Black people are really giving it to you back to back. Silent treatment. And you all are running helter skelter, so scared. Like, why are they behaving the way they are behaving this time around? You all haven't seen anything because more will be coming. You all think that when you scream, why are they will jump out because they are your mate, they are your slaves. Not anymore. You all have to do what you are supposed to do for yourselves. Black people will do what they are supposed to do for themselves. Now the state has been shared. Go and take care of your state while Black people take care of their own state. Let's get into this video.
You know what makes me mad? It's that when Biden got kicked out of the Democratic Party, basically, they picked Kamala Harris to run against Trump. They said that she was the right person for the job. She said she was the right person for the job. She was supposed to be the person with the plan. Now, apparently she wasn't the right person for this job and she lost, but she said that she had a plan to fix things. Why isn't she talking out against all the fuck-ups that the Trump administration is making? Why isn't she out there every single day saying, this is what I would be doing instead? Why is she proposing a plan for the American people rather than cowering, being silent? I mean, if she believed that she was the right person for the job, if she was the right person for the job, then she'd be leading the charge against Trump right now. And she's not.
So let's say you apply to a job. You interview, you make it to the last round of that job. It's you and one other person. You don't get chosen for that job. Do you then hang out around that job, still see if maybe there's something available, still talk about that job, ask if you can volunteer? Oh no, you're moved on to the next thing. That's what Kamala Harris is doing. She's resting. She didn't get the job. She told y'all all of the things that are currently happening were going to happen. Nobody believed her. And now I see all of these people on my For You page, mainly white men, which is interesting, asking, where is Kamala Harris? Kamala Harris is minding her business, as she should be. She gave us the warning. She saw the red flags and no one wanted to listen. So if y'all are expecting somebody to step up to the forefront and really have an opinion or a plan or a movement, stop asking for her to do it. Stop expecting Black women to step in even when we try to be the ones to save the country and still lost. And y'all are still looking around for her? Child, please.
You know what makes me mad? It's that when Biden got kicked out of the Democratic Party, basically.
And you know what makes me mad? It is people who have homework getting out into the streets asking Black women why they're not doing their work for them. That's what I don't understand. While you're worried about Kamala Harris, be worried about your mama, your daddy, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, whatever you got, the people in your life and why they didn't vote for Trump. You really have no room to worry about any Black person in this country when you have homework to do. Don't worry about Kamala Harris. She doesn't work for you for free. She doesn't work for you for free. Her whole entire life has been spent as a public servant, and now it's time for her to sit back and garner her rest. The woman is 60 years old. She is 60 years old. And just because Donald Trump chooses to work up until the end of his days to avoid jail time doesn't mean that this Black woman should lift another finger to help you or the American people if she doesn't want to. Stay out of Black folks' business.
You know what makes me mad? It's that when Biden got kicked out of the Democratic Party, basically.
So I'm not going to explode on you because this is what you want. You want to piss off Black people. It's very, very obvious rage bait. But what I am going to do is talk to other white people. Y'all need to stop doing this. Y'all need to stop expecting Black people to save you in times of crisis. We do everything that we can to make this society better by voting and participating in and building community, which is something that y'all still do not understand. And we are not your mammies. We do not fucking save y'all in times of crisis. Y'all need to learn how to save yourself. I'm really getting tired of seeing these videos of mainly white people asking where Kamala Harris is. Did you ask Hillary Clinton this? Did you ask Joe Stein this? Did you ask any other white person who lost an election where they are? We are not your superheroes. Go figure it out for yourself.
Why isn't she out there every single day saying, this is what I would be doing instead?
It's clear that this video is rage bait because I went through every single comment, and I found this comment, which I thought was really fucking funny. You're calling on Kamala to do something and say something, and yet you're throwing shade. So yeah, the video he made is rage bait, but I will say this. Expecting a black woman who has no responsibility to you whatsoever because people decided to vote otherwise, expecting her to swoop in like Captain Save-A-Ho and fix everybody's problem when people actively voted against her. But now that everything she told y'all was gonna happen is actively happening, now y'all want her to pull a miracle out of her ass and save everyone from the hell that's breaking loose on this country? When she told y'all exactly what was gonna happen if you voted the other way, what the fuck is she supposed to do? She needs to speak up. She needs to do something. Where is she gone? Did speak up. She tried to do something and people voted against her. She is not in a position of power. She's a private citizen. She holds no seats anywhere. What are you expecting her to say that she hasn't already said? I just think it's mighty funny how everyone wants to call on the black woman to be the strong, supportive one that's going to go and stand out on the front line. But everyone is quicker to dismiss the accolades and accomplishments when they feel threatened. Funny how that works. The fact that this video was even made is really, really telling. You could have called on anybody in Congress, in the Senate, in these governor's office, these mayor's offices, but you called on Kamala. She's at fucking Trader Joe's. So instead of you putting your energy and effort to where it can be heard and acted upon, you want to make a video about where is she? If you want to call anybody out and you want to have this conversation with anyone, have it with the people that voted against her. Right? Put your energy and effort where it makes sense. There's other ways to engage and build an audience than trying to use a black woman as the heel of your content. But ally, right?
Listen, I get it. A lot of people are truly upset with what is going on in the United States. Worldwide, a lot of people are having a really hard time understanding why this happened. Like I said about veterans yesterday, like I have been saying since November 6th of 2024, we cannot have unity without accountability. We can't. Now, I can speak for myself within the black community. Been black my whole life. And I can tell you the conversations that are being had. Okay? Are they being had the way I'm saying it? No. But you can best believe they're being had. It is this. If you voted for this motherfucker, we got nothing to do with you. Nothing. Nothing to do with you. If you voted for some stupid ass way that got us this motherfucker, we ain't got nothing to talk to you about. We don't. You are all skin folk, ain't kinfolk. You are all skin folk, ain't kinfolk. You gotta go. We ain't trying to hear you. We're not. We're not. Whether you are straight up on the Trump train or both sides are the same, we got nothing for you. Nothing. Because your mentality got us here. And now your voting for Trump is going to cost your veteran uncle his motherfucking job at the VA and probably his veteran benefits. Your I'm going to vote for Jill Stein is now resulting in your best friend getting deported. We got nothing for you. This is, in my community, I can tell you this because I've seen it. But now we're noticing that it's a tough pill for some of y'all to look at people that look like you and come from the backgrounds and the ethnicities that you do and see that they voted against you. It is hard for some of y'all. It is. I'm sorry, but you're going to have to face that fact. You can't unify with everybody. You can't even unify within your own community with everybody. And you know it. So maybe make some think pieces about it. Maybe start calling these motherfuckers out when you see them. Maybe go after them. We have woke up to the only way to deal with things now is accountability. It's the only way. It is the only fucking way to deal with things. If my son hits your son in the mouth, I deal with my son. Especially if your son did nothing, it's me dealing with my kid, right? But if my kid hits your kid in the mouth, I can't all of a sudden go after your child. Now when mine's still sitting in here, and if there's ever going to be any sort of groundswell against the Trump administration and the do-nothing Democrats, the very first thing that has to happen isn't unity. It's accountability. It's looking yourself in the mirror and say, did I do enough? Did I? Do I need to do more? When do I do more? I need to start doing more. It means going throughout your fucking family and chin-checking the motherfuckers that did vote for this shit. Fuck is wrong with you? Why are you even in my fucking face? Get the fuck out. You are banished. We can't trust you. Stay over there. It means going throughout your fucking community. And all the people that caused this shit, calling them out. And then, once that's done, and you see the work is being done all over, what's left, then we can talk unity. Because that's what we've been missing in 2024, since the election of 2024. You understand that? That's the one fucking thing we've been missing. Do you know why black folks are standing down? Because of that. Everybody can point to the black community and tell them to take accountability for everything. But everybody outside this bitch don't. Y'all want our shit public, but you can do your shit private? Nah. No. The accountability should be as loud as the disrespect. It's as simple as that. You should take a cue from us and start calling these motherfuckers the fuck out. Instead, all I've heard, all I've seen is, what, me? Fuck no, no. You don't get to ask us to fight in your battles. You don't get to ask us to give a fuck about your shit when you don't. Because if you're not going to fix what the fuck is in front of you, what the fuck makes you think you can come fix some shit way over here? You can't. I'm sorry. You cannot. But what you can do is show everything on the other side over here that you are willing to go against the grain and not fuck calling them out. Show their faces. Give their names. Show their actions. Show it. The difference between an ally and an accomplice. An ally wants to do everything in front of you so that you get a chance to see, look at me, I'm doing it. An accomplice will do this shit before anybody even asks. Accomplices know, I can't even go over here. I can't talk to them yet. I ain't fixed this shit over here. There are people walking around me right now that I have yet to say a fucking thing to. I have yet to call them out. And to expect somebody outside of your ethnicity, your community, your whatever, to do the work you refuse to do, you out your fucking mind. You are out of your fucking mind. This is what black folks was trying to say to y'all without actually using those words. But since some of y'all still don't get the fucking hint, let me help you. We don't trust some of y'all, not because of your actions, but because of the actions of motherfuckers that we seen do the shit that you ain't saying nothing about. Same thing with racism. It's the same thing, fam. Same thing. If you all anti-racist, I don't see color, but you'll go to fucking dinner or Thanksgiving dinner with that motherfucking uncle that you saw on TikTok saying some old racial bullshit, then why the fuck am I listening to you? Why am I even talking to you? My problem is your uncle. You are irrelevant because you won't deal with your uncle. Now I got to deal with him. So please move your motherfucking ass out the way. Or you could fix your shit. Black folks do it all the time. MAGA, sellouts, fucking fucking Sambos, we do it all the fucking time. Some of y'all don't listen. Kanye West. But we do it all the time. Black folks are quick to cut a motherfucker off that we realize is not going to fucking help us. That's why you see so many black folks that are being called out talking about, look at the money and you just mad because you hate. No, motherfucker, we don't like you. Your ass is a detriment to every fucking black person. Black man, black woman, black gay, black they, black elderly, black children, black disabled. You are a detriment. You got to get the fuck out of here. Some of y'all ain't willing to do that. And instead, you make excuses, polls and shit. Don't talk about it, be about it. You want unity? There must first be accountability. And if you can't be accountable or hold the motherfuckers that fucked us over accountable where you live, don't come to my neighborhood. Don't come to our neighborhood. Don't ask us to do something you're too pussy to do your goddamn self. We don't stand with motherfuckers that we know will run, and we don't stand with motherfuckers that will make excuses for that shit. I said what I said, and I ain't taking it the fuck back. So, no disrespect to you and not an attack on you, but I'm going to answer your question. But before I do, let's all read it. I'm white, and I voted for Kamala. Please explain to me why nobody wants to fight against losing our benefits and everything that's wrong, sincerely. Because we had a chance and so many of us blew it. Do you want to know where the disheartenment amongst black folks comes from? It's this. Character. It all comes back to character. You see, in 2016, people that look like me saw that man and realized he was bad fucking news. And we were looking at it from the standpoint of the amount of pure racism he's able to get away with. We were just sitting there going, we the only ones to see this? We the only ones to see this. We brought up the history of Fred and Donald Trump denying applications of black people wanting to live in their buildings. People poo-pooed it away. We brought up the fact that he said, his words, not mine, you can look them up. I don't want a black man I don't want a black man counting my money. I want one of the guys with the yarmulkes. So he was not only racist, but he was anti-Semitic to begin with. There was I guess he was testifying in front of like I don't know, I won't even say, it might have been Congress, I'm not sure. But it might have been the New York Congress, where he talked about, he was in a battle between him and Native American casinos, where he basically said, these were his words, not mine. Those don't look like Indians to me, and they don't look like Indians to other Indians. He said that. You had the Central Park Five, the exonerated five, where Donald Trump took out a full-page ad in every single New York newspaper, New York Times, New York Post, all of them, to declare that we should have the death penalty for these 5 men because of what happened in Central Park. They weren't men, they were kids. And they were innocent. And to this very day, he's never apologized. So when he starts running for president, a lot of people like me were like, no, fuck no, hell no, fuck no. Keith Ellison, Representative Keith Ellison at the time, said, y'all need to keep an eye on him because he could not only win the Republican nomination, but he could win the presidency. And everybody laughed. George Stephanopoulos. And then we watched as America gave him more and more time, more and more energy. We were disappointed. And then he won. Despite the efforts of black women, of black folk. We sat there and watched as America said, yeah, give us some of this. For black folks, America is on a we trust you case by case basis. And so far, it ain't never really actually gotten the trust. 4 years of this. And we watched as that man did nothing about COVID. Nothing. Not one damn thing. Which was disproportionately attacking African Americans. And poor, I'll say poor people, I will say poor people, but for this conversation, I'm talking about black folks, right? There was a time when people found out that there were more black folks dying from COVID than white people, and they just stopped giving a fuck. And then he lost. Once again, we, being black folks, helped to get him the fuck out. You can say, oh, well, you guys was on the Democratic plantation, one of those things we cannot stand hearing, but it seems to come out of everybody's mouth, but I digress. Or you can honestly say, we looked at the fucking writing on the wall, it's like, he gotta go. And so he was gone. January 6th happened. We had sat and listened as American society talked about riot, 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 riot. You burn down a city, you burn down a town, you burn down a state. When it was Black Lives Matter. But then we watched January 6th happen and was like, I guess this ain't the same. I guess this isn't gonna live in shame, isn't? Y'all shame, but really bad? Okay. And for 4 years, we worked, we took care of our kids, we took care of our families, but with that one eye towards watching the American populace do this shit again. Because that motherfucker started running for president, re-election, for the third time on January 7th of 2021. He was going to be president again. We watched as people shit on Biden for his age and cognitive decline, but never once said a fucking thing about this man. And that got bullied Joe Biden out and brought Vice President Harris in. Now, in the time of all of this, we also realized that Project 2025 was out there. You could read it. You could download it. You could talk to your friends about it. But everybody else had an agenda. Everybody. I'm not voting for him because I'm not voting for her because of what she did in Gaza. What the fuck did she do? She's the vice president. We watched as everybody put a standard on Vice President Harris that they never once put on Donald Trump, and it pissed us off. Pissed us off. We were out there, especially black women. Black women are the backbone of democracy. They was out there in full force. When they tell you a motherfucker shouldn't be there, and they've said it 3 fucking times about this same motherfucker, and nobody listened, then the election happens. And we watch. And it happens again. Now, does that mean a lot of people did not vote for Vice President Harris? No, it doesn't. It means a whole lot of us voted for Vice President Harris. But the majority sat their ass at home, voted stupidly, or voted for this. We're tired. We are fucking tired. We are tired of being a beast of burden for this nation. We're sick of it. Nobody ever wants to listen to us until some shit fucks up. Every time we tell y'all, yo, this shit ain't good, what happens? Oh, we see racism everywhere. Probably because it is. This push towards DEI looks no different than the push against CRT, critical race theory. Some shit black folks say, hey, yo, that's real racist. Nothing. So we're sitting down. Because obviously, America is just hell-bent on having this motherfucker in the White House. Despite the efforts of every goddamn body else, a large majority of the Americans sat the fuck at home and said, this ain't gonna be that bad. They're both the same. Now we're seeing, no, that should have put paid to that fucking argument. They're not the fucking same. One might be lazy and one might be insane, but they're not the fucking same. We tried to tell y'all this. So now we're like, fuck it. Whatever the fuck happens, keep us out of it. Because it was always character. Since 2016, it's always been character. Black folks, real black folks, motherfuckers that are actually out here learning and knowing and shit, we've always seen the character of Donald Trump. And we've always known that America likes men like Donald Trump. We were told we were paranoid. We see racism everywhere. We're victim mentality. We're victim blaming, not taking any accountability. We tried to fucking tell y'all. And after 10 years, he's back. So obviously either a lot of people didn't listen or a lot of people didn't give a fuck. So now we out.
This is all I got from this video, and I am going to say, start with, you don't like me. You said I wasn't good for you, but you want me to help you. You said I do not have the right qualifications to be, this is their own word, in their own word, to be the next president, but they want you to come out and speak up. They said she cannot handle this country. But they are calling you right now to come and save the nation, right? Black people, no matter how hard you work, you don't work hard enough. You are still being called lazy. No matter the kind of qualification you have, they are still going to call you DEI, right? And tell you that they do not think that you are qualified enough. DEI higher. When they need to be saved, they want the same people that you do not acknowledge to come and save you. How is that even possible? How do you work in Walmart and you are going to Costco to go and collect your salary? You all be really, your behaviors be telling so bad that you all are badly behaved. Now, let me tell you all this. If you are looking for someone to gaslight, I keep telling people, if you say you are a thrower, like you like to throw people, right? Start with your family. Start with people around you, especially your family, because your family are usually the most, they are the ones around you. Start with them. Throw them. Then see their reaction. Then you know how other people react. Right? So I am going to call you to start with your own family to do this job. Because I am not seeing you people outside. You all are not speaking up over what it's going on, but you want people that look like me to mount and come and save your butt. No, this is 2025, and something like this won't be happening anytime soon. Like I keep telling you people, history will be the best experience for anybody at all. And for those that refuse to learn and understand their history, we continue to repeat it till whenever. And you all have been repeating it, and you're going to continue circling around because that is what you people know how to do best. You are not speaking up for your community. You are not even calling other community that voted with you. Because last I checked, my own people did the right thing for everybody. And you all said you are going to vote for yourselves. So let me tell you this. Call your community and call the people that voted, right, that voted with you. Call them up. Leave Black people out of this because we are not part of your problem. We did not create this problem. You all started it, and you've been creating it since onset. To this very moment, you all do not want to learn. That is how bad it is. That something is happening to you, and you still do not want to learn. Like, how is that even okay? How is that okay? Man, the kind of stupidity I see on the internet every day is just telling. That tells how some people's IQ is very, very low. Because if you do not have low IQ, I do not see you calling your congressmen and women, your Senate. You are not calling them, right? But the woman that you personally said that you do not want, like, how do I mean, you all be being so hard. You all think Black women are Black people in general are your, like, your wrestling weapon or your therapist. Like, when you all will provoke them, and then you come back and want to fall back at, no, not anymore. Not anymore. You guys should go out and look for your punching bags or your foot rest, because that is what you all have been looking and waiting for. Your foot rest. Black people aren't doing that thing with you people in 2025. And you see all these allies, actually, you all already know that they are not allies. They are just people that are looking for a way to get you upset. And I am urging anybody, do not be upset. They are going to keep getting mad because they are assistant. They are very mad that you are not responding. Nobody's talking to, nobody's giving them attention. They are not seeing you on the street like they used to. The same people, when you come out to protest for them and something happens, that is how they will sneak back into their houses and they will not come out. You will be the one to continue to carry your cross. They have to feel this. When I say they really do have to feel this particular mistake they made, they have to feel it to the core. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.